work between the scientists in Vietnam and scientists from the United States to estimate the impact and to calculate the number of affected population, and we comes up with the 4.8 million people in the affected regions, and now we have about 3.7 million victims of Agent Orange. The term Agent Orange refers to just the contaminations, the contaminations of actually the chemicals that has been used by the U.S. military to clear the trees and forests in Vietnam. But during that, for that mission, the agent of the dioxide in the chemical has the very severe impact on the human and environment. So far, the government of America, the U.S. government, and also the people of the United States has many activities and support to Vietnam to clear and try to mitigate the impact of Agent Orange, such as they do the clearance of Agent Orange in the two big airports in Bien Hoa and in Da Nang city. And they also do a lot of projects to support for the clearance of bombs, unexploded bombs and mines, and also support for the livelihoods of the people affected by Agent Orange. So those actions, we believe, as an act of the act of support, and also very goodwill of the government of the United States and also the people of the United States towards war victims in Vietnam, and we still could do so at the moment.
Về cái việc người dân chúng ta hiểu rằng là Mỹ thông qua chất độc diệt cây là chất độc hóa học, và chất độc hóa học chứ không phải coi là chất độc quân sự. Thế còn chất độc quân sự thì bị cấm ở trong các cái điều ước quốc tế. Thế còn chất độc diệt cây thì cũng bị cấm. Tuy nhiên là các cái công ty và cung cấp chất độc diệt cây, đặc biệt là chất độc da cam cho chính phủ Mỹ tại Việt Nam thì cũng không lường trước được là các cái tạp chất dioxin có ở trong đó. Chính vì vậy mà hiện nay thì chúng tôi cũng đang đấu tranh và đang đấu tranh với các công ty hóa chất Mỹ. Trước đây là 36 công ty, hiện nay là 14 công ty đấy đã cung cấp cái chất diệt cây có thành phần của dioxin, một chất kịch độc xuống thị trường Việt Nam và ảnh hưởng rất nặng nề đối với người dân chúng tôi.
Actually, the government in the laws of the United States, they do not consider the chemicals that has been used in the Vietnam War as the military chemicals. So it is not considered as violations of their laws. However, now the government and also VAVA, my associations, has been working to point out that in the chemicals used by the world, there has been some proportion of dioxide. That dioxide is a serious chemical that affect the environment and people's human health. And we have worked very tirelessly to address the issues and to address this towards the United States companies that has been that have produced the chemicals for use by the armies in Vietnam. And we still request for the compensation for the victims from the companies.
Về cái câu hỏi của bạn là hiện nay là chính phủ Mỹ có những cái lần xin lỗi đối với người dân Việt Nam về cái việc là giải chất độc da cam xuống hay không, thì hiện nay thì cái đấy là chính phủ Mỹ hiện nay là bằng cái việc làm cụ thể của mình, bằng cái thiện ý của mình và bằng cái những cái quan hệ càng ngày càng tốt đẹp với nước chúng tôi thì đã có những cái hành động cụ thể thay cho lời nói để giúp chúng tôi trong cái việc khắc phục chất độc hóa học sau chiến tranh.
Regarding the question of whether the United States government make official policies to Vietnam, my answer is that they do the apologies via the concrete actions, not words. So they via various policy and the projects that has been carried on in the past until now, and also at the current moment, the bilateral relations between the two countries are very positive to further development of both countries.
Rất cảm ơn sự quan tâm của các bạn.
And we thank you for your interest in the Asian urban victims of Vietnam, and thank you for your questions.
I'd like to give an apology to our Waukesha from South Korea and the ones from Japan, and also the Agent Orange victims of Vietnam. An apology from the people of the United States that were pretty well against that war. So our apologies. Thank you.
Wright さん、ありがとうございました。引き続き手を挙げていただければと思いますが、いかがでしょうか。今、アバッカさん、到着いたしました。
Thank you, Judge Abscussion, for pronouncing my name is really correct. Thank you. It's really my great honor to speak in front of you here. But before I do start with my speech, I'd like to do something very meaningful for Vietnam and also for our delegation. That is to hand over physically the message of the President of the Vietnam Socialist Republic to the organizers of this conference, James Hugo. On behalf of the Vietnam Union of Friendship Associations and the Vietnam Peace Committee, I'd like to extend our warmest welcome and warmest regards to all the delegates of the conference today, and we wish you all the best in your life and your work. So for the WUFO, Vietnam Union of Friendship Organization and Vietnam Peace Committee, we show our deepest solidarity to all the participants and all especially the Hibakusha, whose courage and religion has inspired the peace movement around the world for 7 decades. This conference has stood as a big beacon of moral clarity, amplifying the voices of conscience and calling for a world free of nuclear weapons. Your tireless advocacy have helped shape the world and make the vital framework for international framework for nuclear-free world, such as the NPT and the TPNW, while also cultivate a profound awareness that nuclear weapons are inhumane and must be abolished. This year, as we mark 80th year since the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, we are reminded of the unimaginable human suffering they inflicted and the duty of us to bear to ensure that such tragedy will never be repeated. Vietnam understands this deeply. Our country has endured the scars of war and continue to grapple the legacy of weapons of mass destruction, especially the lingering effects of the Agent Orange victims, which now still affect millions of lives. We stand in solidarity with the Hibakushas and all who strive for a more peaceful world. We meet now at the time of ever-growing global insecurity, with rising political tension, skyrocketing military budgets, and specter of a renewed arms race, and the persistent threat of nuclear escalation. In response, Vietnam remains steadfast in its pursuit of a foreign policy of independence, self-reliance, diversification and multilateralizations, anchored by our four no's defense principles. As a signatory of the NPT and the ratifying party to the TPNW, Vietnam reaffirms our unwavering support to the total elimination of nuclear weapons and the advancement of global peace and security, grounded in the dialogues and adherence to international laws. This year also holds deep national significance for Vietnam as we commemorate both the 80th anniversary of independence and 50 years of reunifications and total peace in Vietnam. So it is also a time for reflection and renewal for our country. We are undertaking transformative reforms spanning from governance, economy, society, and environment to build a future of opportunities and resilience for all. In this endeavor, we recognize the indispensable roles of the society, a people's movement in fostering the national and international solidarity, of enriching the peace-building efforts and shaping a development landscape of peace, harmony, and wealth. VU4 and the VPC, Vietnam Peace Committee, are also proud to play our part. By promoting peace education, the culture of nonviolence, strengthening regional and global cooperation, and facilitating inclusive dialogues across borders. We hold strong belief that the journey towards the nuclear-free world is long, challenging, but achievable. It must be guided by clear actions, including revitalizing the global dialogues in multilateral platforms, investing in human development, climate actions, and sustainable development goals, and promoting justice for victims of war like the Hibakusha, nuclear test survivors, Agent Orange victims, and many others. Dear friends, let us call for an enhanced cooperation amongst government, UN agencies, and people's organizations to advocate the international disarmament, eliminate nuclear weapons, and address the root cause of insecurity and violence. Let's turn the tide of global conflict, division, and military expansion into building an inclusive peace. Let's redirect the resources to invest in realization of the Sustainable Development Goals and address the global multiple crisis. With my final words, I'd like to extend my sincere appreciation to Zensuko and to all the Japanese peace movement for their tireless efforts and invaluable contributions. May the voices of this conference resonate far and wide, and serving as an enduring foundation for the hope for action of a nuclear-free world in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hearing from Vietnam, really the values and the vision of where it is that we should be going.